So we have our component up and running. We can see our combo box and two of the buttons there. But these buttons and the combo box is not arranged properly. We want them horizontally centrally aligned and they should be in the same line. So for that, we need to learn about the layouts. The Aura framework, like any other modern framework out there, supports 12 grid layout. This means the framework divides your horizontal screen into 12 different grids. So it doesn't matter if you are viewing this web page in a desktop browser or in a mobile browser, the complete horizontal space will be divided into 12 grids. Now it's up to you, how do you want to fill these grids? If you want to have 3 different sections horizontally and maybe 2 of them are equal in size and one is a bit bigger than the other ones, then you can use something like this. You can have first grid as size 3 or whatever you want, the second grid as size 6 and the third grid as size 3. So if you sum up these numbers, it will be equals to 12. So that's the whole point. It's up to you, how do you want to divide these 12 grids. The only thing is you cannot use decimals here. You cannot have one grid as 1.5 and the other grid as 10.5. It should be whole number. So now we are going to go to the Lightning design system where we'll see more examples of Lightning layout before we actually implement this in our board panel component. So I'm going to go to Google and here I'm going to search for Lightning design system. This is another resource that you should bookmark, as from here you will get the idea of Salesforce Lightning design system, which is the base CSS framework behind Salesforce Lightning. So if you have heard about Bootstrap 4, which is also a CSS framework, so very similar to that, Salesforce has these SLDS classes which they call Lightning design system. So once you search Lightning design system on Google, just go to the very first link, which is lightningdesignsystems.com. And here you will find the best practices to implement your UI elements. So here if you go to utilities and click on grid, you will find complete information about the layout structure of SLDS. So if you scroll down a bit more, we will see all the possible layouts that we can build with SLDS layout structure. So you can see there are countless possibilities of building your UIs using this 12 grid system. So now I'm going to go to the component library and here I'm going to search for layout. And you will see 2 different components from Aura framework. The first one is layout, which is the base component, and the second one is layout item. So if you want to build these grids, then you need to use layout item, but they should be nested within the Lightning layout. So here if you take a look at this example, the parent component is Lightning layout. That means the Lightning layout comes first. Let me zoom it a bit. And then we will see a Lightning layout item, which is nested within the Lightning layout. And if you click on the Lightning layout item component, then you will see more examples of how you can divide your screen into different layout items. Like in this first example, we are not defining any size of these layout items. So this means the width of these layout items will be flexible based on the contents they are having. But if you want to have the size attribute, then you can have that as well. Like in this example, which is I guess fourth one, they are having 3 different columns with size as 4. So this is how we define these sizes here. And if there are more layout items, then they will come in the next line. The Aura framework supports the mobile first approach. So this means they allow you to control the width of each and every grid based on the screen width as well. For example, on the desktop browser, let's say you want to have 3 columns, but if you are seeing the same screen in a mobile browser, then maybe you want to have only 1 column in each row. So in that case, you can mention device specific size as well. So here let's open this example. And here you can mention device specific size. For example, how much width should this layout item cover if this is being viewed in a mobile size device? So here we are giving it 6. If it is an iPad or any tab, then we are giving it 4. And if it is a desktop browser, then we are giving it 3. So in that case, if I change my view to maybe mobile one, I'll go to my DevTools and here I'll click on mobile. So now you will see that all of these columns are taking the complete space and they are all coming in new rows. But if I change it to maybe an iPad, now we are seeing 3 columns in a row. So this is all possible because of the device specific sizes that we are giving. So I hope you understand my point here. You need to use a lot of Lightning Layout and layout item to actually construct your web page. Now we have a job to do. We have to fix our word shuffle component here. We need to bring all these 3 components in one single line. So our combo box and 2 buttons should be in the single line. For that, we need to make some changes to our code. So let's go back to our VS Code. And here, the first thing that I'm going to do is to have a Lightning layout. So this is the Lightning layout component. Here I'm having an attribute called multiple rows equals to true. Now what this attribute does is, if the layout item size is more than the allowed space, which is like more than 12, then the next items will come in the new row. So we can have this, but for this example, we do not need multiple rows. If you leave it as is, then also it won't be a problem. Now I'm going to have a Lightning layout item within this. And in this layout item, for now, I'm going to give a size as maybe 6. And there's some padding that I want to give around it. Now I'm going to copy my combo box from here. And I want to paste it within this layout item. And I've made a mistake as well. This Lightning card should be on the top. And I think I made a mistake as well. This Lightning card should be the base component. So this should be on the top. And this layout should be within the Lightning card. So if I show this to you now. First we have Lightning card. Within this Lightning card, we have a Lightning layout, and this Lightning layout is having a layout item with size 6. And then I'm going to have one more layout item. Now, if you are wondering how am I getting this code completion, then I have a file called my own user preference, which you can set from here. So it's called user snippets, And here I have defined this code completion blocks. I'm going to upload this file on my GitHub repo and you will see a link on this screen from where you can download this file, and you need to create your own snippet file in the VS Code like this. Just go to user snippets. You can create a new global snippet file and you can paste the content of this file there. Or you can paste this file directly inside the root directory of your VS Code, whichever suits you. Once you do it, then you will also get this code completion feature. So we are having another layout item, and within this I'm going to paste my Lightning button. So let's cut it from here and paste it within the Lightning layout item. Let's have one more layout item, and this one will have my second Lightning button. So that should be it. And here we just need to change the size. So maybe I'll give this one a size as 3 and the third one as size 3 as well. So if you notice, the total size is 12. So 6 plus 3 plus 3. So that means we are occupying complete space. Now if I deploy this component and refresh my page, you will see that they all are coming in the same line. However, they are still not vertically aligned in the same line. The reason is this combo box is having a label. So first of all, we need to hide this label. And how we can do that? Let's go to our component library and search for combo box again. Let's go to specification of this combo box and we are going to check out the variants that we have. So here we have a variant called label hidden, which hides the label of the combo box. So that's what we are going to do with our combo box as well. I'm going to have one more attribute here, which is called variant, and this should be equals to label hidden. make sure that you copy paste it so that you don't make any spelling mistake. As I said, Aura framework is case sensitive and is very particular about all the spelling mistakes that you can do. So your component will not render the way you want it if you are making the spelling mistakes. And this will be very hard to debug as well. So if you do not want to waste your time debugging your component, make sure that you copy paste most of the things. Now I'm going to deploy my code again. And now I see that all my components are in the same line. But it's still not what we want. What we want is something like this, where they all are centrally aligned. So how we can do that? First of all, we need to remove this size that we are defining here, because I want to auto size my component or my layout item based on the content it is having. So I'm going to remove this size, and this way the framework itself will make a call like what size should be given to this particular layout item. So I'm going to remove this size from everywhere. And then the second thing that we need to do is to centrally align all our components within the Lightning layout. So for that, let's go back to our component library and search for layout one more time. And here, if you'll go to specification, which should be the best place to know about all the attributes a component supports, you will see that there is an attribute called horizontal aligned, which supports options like center. So we are going to use this attribute and we are going to centrally align all our layout items. So it's very simple to use it. Just give a space in your Lightning layout component, use horizontal align attribute, and the value should be center. Let's save it and deploy it one more time. And if we refresh our page now, we should be able to see what we want. So all our components are centrally aligned and they are vertically in the same line as well. And this is exactly what we wanted. I would suggest you guys to practice more in your Hello World component, or you can create your own sample components and you can practice the Lightning layouts there as well. Try creating all the different type of unique layouts. And this is the only way to get the deep understanding of the Aura framework or whatever the technology that you want to learn.